Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a album review, a new album review tonight, and I hope you enjoyed my One OK Rock track review for Renegades I did earlier before I went to work, because I had to work a few hours, and today was just a little disappointing. Uh, but I'll talk about my day towards the end of the video, or whatever I can talk about, because I don't want to spoil anything that ruined my day a bit. But I'm returning to you for an album review, like I said, for the Offspring's new album, Let the Bad Times Roll, that I said I was going to do tonight. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, this has been 9 years. It's been 9 years since their last album, Days Go By. And Days Go By came out in 2012. And that wasn't a bad album. Well, I didn't hear the album, to be honest. I only heard the single Days Go By, which I really enjoyed that song years ago when it came out. Now, they have returned with their, I believe, 10th studio album, Let the Bad Times Roll, and I don't precisely like the title track as much. There's one lyric in the title track that I can't stand, the Mexicans, blacks, and Jews, and I'm like, where's this coming from, Dexter? I'm like, where is this thought process coming up from? I don't know why he wrote that. You might have to remind me in the comment section below why he wrote that, but it still made me cringe. I didn't want to sing it while I was at work. I was like, nope, not singing that lyric. But yeah, This Is Not Utopia was really good. I really enjoyed it. One of the better songs on that to open the album. Behind Your Walls was very good. Army of One, banger. I think my favorites on here have got to be This Is Not Utopia, Breaking These Bones, Coming For You, Hassan Chop, I think that's how you pronounce it, and the Opioid Diaries was very good too. The last few tracks were very good. So you're in for an enjoyable album. This is better than the other albums that I'm going to be talking about pretty soon on the channel. But yeah, sorry that I hinted what I was going to talk about with the other albums that I'm going to talk about. But I don't want to spoil too much on what I listened to today. It's just this day kind of disappointed me a bit. And there's a reason why, but you'll be seeing that in my next review. Gone Away, the piano version was really nice. I really liked it. I could really feel for that song. In the Hall of the Mountain King was so fast. I was like, holy shit, this is gonna give me a headache. But in a good way. Didn't hate it. We Never Have Sex Anymore is my least favorite. It's another song that really brought the rating down for what I'm gonna give this album. But Lullaby was the last song, and it was pretty good. I like the thing in the Hassan Chop song, where he's like, Hassan Chop. I'm just like, damn. I'm like, that's kind of funny. And then it goes into the riffage of the guitar riffs or the bass work or whatever. And then Dexter is really going wild in the song. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, this is pretty cool of the track. I love it. But Army of One has this catchy tune a bit. It sounds like a Green Day kind of sound that you would hear if I'm making a comparison which I know I shouldn't, but it just has a Green Day vibe to it. I don't know. It's just the beat to it and how Dexter's singing the song. It didn't sound so bad. In a good way for the comparison I was talking about. Yeah, it did very good. Um, Coming for You is still my favorite song. I would love Let the Bad Times Roll. It's just that lyric I mentioned at the beginning of this review kind of made me cringe. The Mexicans and Blacks and Jews lyric, I just didn't like it that much, but it's at least it didn't disappoint that badly. Still, the drum work and guitar work in that song is great. So is Dexter singing from certain times on when he's singing the song. But overall, I think the Offspring's new album, Let the Bad Times Roll, very good. I really liked it. I would highly recommend getting this album. And another EP that I'm going to review didn't disappoint me that much either. But I will talk about it in my review for it. It's probably going to be tomorrow, I think, is when I'll review it. Along with Greta Van Fleet's new album, The Battle at Garden's Gate. But first, score, I'm going to give The Offspring's new album, Let the Bad Times Roll, an 8.5 out of 10. This was a very good album. I was really surprised with this album. I thought it was going to disappoint, but no, it didn't. And certain critics are saying, oh, it's getting a 4 out of 10. I'm like, the fuck you know about music? I'm like, come on. Stop being too harsh on this band. They put a lot of effort into a 33-minute album, which it is very short, but it's very enjoyable for what they were going for. But that's going to be it for this album review that I did for The Offspring, Let the Bad Times Roll. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new Offspring album, Let the Bad Times Roll, if you've heard it. I was going to do this review a little earlier, but I didn't come around to it due to me going out and running errands in the morning. And I had to grab a new controller, which this is the new controller I got for the Xbox One, which I really like it. It's a really cool controller, but the X button is a little messed up a bit. But just a little, not to the point where I might have a problem. I gotta test it out when I play a game. But if you did like this album review that I made for you guys tonight, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you for the Escape the Fate Chemical Warfare album review in a little bit, which that I did hint at, saying what disappointed me this Friday. There were 2 albums that kind of disappointed me. One pretty much did. The other one just, it's a album to listen to a few times to see if it grows on you. The other album, I mean. But I don't want to hint what album disappointed me for this Friday's new releases. It is a new album. These albums that I was displeased with were new albums. And you will find out what my overall thoughts are on Escape the Fate's new album when I do the review. Because I got quite a bit of things to talk about in that review. But also, the While She Sleeps album review, I'm going to try to get it out tonight if I can. If not, it's going to be, it's most likely going to be tomorrow at the earliest or latest or whatever. But I hope you enjoyed this album review for The Offspring, Let the Bad Times Roll. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in my next review.